So welcome to the Forgotten Hero. Today I'll be sharing on After the Chase. Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to those who have been under the weather lately, like have been, listen, be strong and get well soon. And to a special friend, listen, I love you, I miss you, get well soon. All right, After the Chase. I like sharing stories first in some instance, just to give a clearer picture of what I'm talking about. So I'll start with a short story. All right, this is true life. Okay, I had this friend who met a guy, okay, at a party, and they exchanged numbers and started chatting, all right, and he started giving the impression, in his chats that he was having feelings for this lady. And she bought into it, all right. She over time liked him, and they decided to start a relationship. All right, they began seeing themselves, and after a while she started complaining that there were some issues, and I asked her what they were, and she said she couldn't reach him, wasn't really communicating as much as he used to with her, and so on and so forth, and things began to go, really bad. And at the end of the day, she was like, she couldn't continue. She felt that this was the guy that she was the last guy she was gonna be with anyway. So at the end of the day, I know this is the same stories that we hear all the time. It's just a natural story, but this is it here. Single mothers, they're saying things that we've not considered, and today I would just like us to consider, some things, two areas today. And like I said, this is a simple story. Yeah, it happens to almost everyone, probably in different situations, but almost a similar background. You get to know someone, then after a while, there's one party saying you're not doing something well or whatever, and you break up. All right, this is it, single mothers. Now I'm talking to the female audience now. This is something you need to consider. When the men are actually chasing, all right, they've got their own stand. They've got something they're after, right? And in some situations, they don't tell us what they're actually after. We kind of go to our friends and communicate and try to figure out what this men want us for, so to say, or what they find attractive about us, what they're after anyway. Why are you coming to me? Why not the girl next door, so to say, kind of situation? So this is it. We sometimes, although we say, oh, why me? Why are you coming to me? Okay, we're not really, being critical about it. We're not actually looking at the situation and going into it deeper than we should. We just look at it on the surface and we say, oh, he's a good-looking guy, and we say, oh, I'll just give him I'll just see, we'll try him, we'll see if it would work out. And in situations like that, we get hurt at the end of the day. So what I'm trying to say here is that we're not being careful enough. All right, now these are the two areas I'd like us to consider today. One area is intimacy, when we get physically intimate with this individual, and the other area is when there is no intimacy. Okay, there's no physical intimacy. There might be some emotional intimacy, but not physical. All right. So one area is without intimacy, and the second area is with intimacy, when you introduce physical intimacy into that relationship. All right. I start with when you introduce physical intimacy into that relationship. Now, this is someone you don't know. He's come to you. You're happy with what he said to you. Okay, and you're like, okay, let's have this relationship. Then at the end of the day, it doesn't work out. Now, when you introduce physical intimacy into this relationship, it changes the game altogether. All right, it's something I don't know if we kind of consider sometimes as women, but it does change everything, and this is why it changes the game. Sometimes these men, if they are the one who actually approached you, that's you, not the one who approached them in the first instance. They came to you, all right. Sometimes they tell us what we want to hear. They don't tell us the real reason why they're coming to us. Okay, say for instance, the reason why a man is coming to you because he thinks, all right, let's give a really nice example here. He's coming to you because he thinks you're really you're a good woman, and he thinks, okay, I could actually settle down with this woman, get married to her and all that. You would find few men okay, who would say that on the first day they meet you. I think going back when I met my ex, he actually said that to me on the first day of our meeting. It was surprising. He had seen the woman he wanted to, get married to, and it happened. It did happen. But sometimes you don't find men that actually tell you, okay, what they come to you for, all right? And sometimes we have to figure that out. If you're really smart, you figure that out yourself. And in some situations, they come, they tell us what we want to hear. Like I said, they tell you, okay, you're beautiful and everything about you is amazing. You're great at this and that, which is fair. That's okay. They're just complimenting you. But at the end of the day, because we women, we like people to kind of tell us things, beautiful things, we get carried away, with words, beautiful words and things like that. We forget that in the first instance, those are just compliments, okay? And at the end of the day, when we get swept away, all right, we believe these things that they're saying, then it becomes a bit, that's what we need to be very careful. But we are not, because we're not seeing it, then we're in that relationship and our emotions are running wild. At the end of the day, what we see is that we're almost, or we now get really intimate, physically intimate with this individual. Well, in the real sense of it, yeah, what they're coming for probably is just that physical intimacy in the first place, and that's it. All right, and once they've got that, that's it. And we're like, okay, why didn't we see it coming? Sometimes it's there staring at us, but because we believed everything they've said, it's kind of difficult to actually separate the truth from lies. Or, okay, the fact of the matter is, okay, they've told us all these things, we've listened to them, all right, and we've agreed to be in that relationship with them. Now, because we believe we're all that, we forget to actually look at them, look at the real person, okay, that is actually involved with us, or being, who's kind of coming into our life. We kind of leave all those parts until physical intimacy has actually happened, and they now reject, in a way. They begin to draw back, like not communicating as much as they used to, or compliment us as much as they used to. Then our eyes are kind of open and we begin to see them for who they are. All right, I don't know if I'm explaining properly, but what I'm trying to say is that at the beginning, because we're believing everything they say to us, okay, and they're kind of working so hard to win us, yeah, we're following them on that rhythm as well. All right, we're actually flowing with everything they're saying. They're saying, we're beautiful, and we agree. And at that time, we're not really looking at them and paying attention to their character and who they really are, or what they're actually coming to get from us. All right, I know sometimes some women now ask men a lot of questions, what do you want, and things like that. And these men are really intelligent to still tell us what they believe we want to hear. And this is something that I know we don't think about, but sometimes these men, when they come to us, they've actually seen us sometimes from afar, okay, and they kind of see what we like and what we don't like. So most of them, when they come telling you things that you want to hear. Okay, say for instance, you met someone on social media. Okay, on Facebook we have so many things on there, our hobbies, our favorite color, things like that, and so they already, from afar, they already know this is what we like. But we don't know that these men are kind of observing us. So when they come to you, yeah, they begin to play these cards. They present these cards, okay, to you, and you begin to think that, oh wow, this guy is similar. Well, we share the same, we have the same things in common. We enjoy the same TV programs and things like that. But at the end of the truth of the matter is that this person has been observing you for a while, and just giving you what telling you things that you would love to hear and buy into, okay, and want to know them. Now, in wanting to know them, you're not even knowing the true person. They're presenting themselves to you the best way they can at that time. And when they've gotten what they want from you, that's when they begin to withdraw. I intend to record another video, and it's going to be named the Get Out Clause. There's something they do so they can actually, get out of the relationship quickly. And most women are not aware that, these games, men play these games. So back to what I was saying, yeah. So they begin to, after the physical intimacy, has happened, they begin to redraw, and it depends on when. When they've had what they want and when they're satisfied, they begin to redraw, and it seems like we've lost at the end of the day, because at the end of the day you feel you've given all of yourself to this individual, and you can't really place the reason why you're not getting anything in return. Whereas at the end of the day, what's happened is that you've just been carried away by something which isn't real. It's fake. All right. So this is something I want us to be very careful about. And when we don't introduce intimacy quickly into relationships like that, I'll give you a story here. Okay. There was a time I met someone, a very good looking man. Is really very athletic and everything, and some, you name it, okay. And when he told me his tribe, where he came from, I said, oh my gosh, I really don't want to be in a relationship with people from that kind of setting, because of my past experience. And he was like, oh, he tried to convince me and all that. Oh, no, we're good men, blah, 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 blah. I say, yes, I know you're good men. I've got friends from that area. But what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to a relationship, I don't think that would be my best choice for now. But the truth of the matter was that he was really, how would I put it, caring, so to say. He would call me in the morning on my way to work. He would call me at lunchtime. Man, he was really good. And I would say he communicated for months and months, but I put my foot on the floor. I said, no, this is not what I want. And you might have all the little attributes that I'm seeking in a man, but just for that reason, I'm not looking for something that would happen today and end today. And looking for something that would be long term. You're kind of scrutinizing so many things. And I said, if I'm not happy and comfortable with certain, traditions or whatever, there's no need going into it in the first place, okay? So that was my stand. No matter how he treated me, was really brilliant with what he was doing and all that. I made sure that it didn't pass the friendship situation at that time. And I tell you, we were friends for a very long time, up to the time that he moved on, because I was very adamant. I was like, no, this wouldn't be in any way. And he moved on and he met someone else, and a lot happened, and all that. But at the end of the day, I was really happy, because I was really firm in my decision, and I knew what I wanted, and I was proactive about it. I kept on saying no till the end of it. And I think that is something, if most women, okay, it's something that we can try and build up within ourselves to kind of avoid being hurt. So not bringing intimacy into a situation like that. Say for instance, I liked this guy I was talking about, and the situation that I was thinking about that would stop me from going forward with him in a relationship wasn't there. Say I liked him, but I said to myself, no, I like to know this guy in 6 months and make my decision. Now I would have to be really strict, and that means maybe setting some boundaries here and there, and being making sure that I follow my the boundaries that I've set there, and don't go and just do what I planned that I would do. And that's being disciplined. It's really hard, but that's being disciplined. At the end of the day, when you don't bring physical intimacy into this situation, even if at all there's emotional intimacy, I'm telling you, if you can stop physical intimacy, then for a long time, then you get to see this individual for who they are. Because at the end of the day, we know that when it comes to the show of emotions and all that, the men tend to show that quicker, okay? And if you can actually stop yourself from following through in that aspect, then you'll be able to know this man very well and know if he really wants you for who you are. Now, it's not every woman that can control themselves, I know, but at the end of the day, it's just something you can think about and say, okay, in my next relationship, this is what I would like to do. All right. In my next relationship, I would like to set boundaries and see how far we can go without being too intimate. All right. So that I can have time to understand who this person is, and I have time to also protect myself from anyone who doesn't have a good intention towards me. Because at the end of the day, since they are coming to you, all right, they know what intentions they have. Okay, it could be good, it could be bad, I don't know. All right, but they know what they're coming to get from you. They don't know if it's for good or just to, whatever it is, they know. And it's really hard to know what's inside any human being. You can't really say for sure that this is what they're thinking about, and this is what this is kind of feeling they have for you. Even if they try to show you, you're not really sure if it's the truth. Okay, it only takes time. Time reveals everything, and sometimes during that time, most people have lost everything. All right, and like I would say, only trying to uplift and encourage you, single mothers, that there are ways we can get about saying things so that we don't end up being hurt more than things are, to continue to protect ourselves and protect our children from people who are not really after seeing us, through our struggles, who don't really mean so well for us, but are just there to kind of take from us and and run away, so to say. In all of this, in looking at these two situations, you would have to consider the fact that, listen, you have to control your emotions. That's the truth of the matter. It's all about emotions, controlling our emotions. In the first instance, when you become intimate with someone, when you get to know them after you believe what they've told you, it's all about your emotions. When they wake up those emotions in you and you believe that, yes, this is the man who would make you happy, so to say, and you begin to give all yourself to him, and at the end of the day, he has nothing actually to give to you. Now, in looking at these areas, there's something I would like to draw attention to again, and this is when the men come and they begin to tell us what we want to hear and all that, and when we begin to give them attention and begin to maybe like them in a way, there's something we tend to do, which I think what we need to, reconsider and kind of put a stop to, is when we begin to throw so much emotions out there. We give so much to them. We find that it's not really balanced. Sometimes they come and they just, do what they have to do just to win you. Then we find that we now take on we take on from there, and we keep giving, giving when they've actually stopped. We keep giving and giving and giving, and they've stopped long time, but we can't see that they've actually stopped giving us all those attention and all that. We just continue from there, and it takes a long time before we actually notice that they are not actually contributing anything anymore. All right, so at the end of the day, it's almost like they just initiate that situation. Okay, they initiate it and we take over. They initiate it and we say, okay, you're initiating love, you're initiating friendship, you're initiating companionship, whatever it is they're, throwing at us. Then we take it, then we continue to run with it. We run with it, and at the end of the day, they're done. Okay? We're the one giving all the loving, we're the one now making sure that everything goes on well in their life and all that. Whereas they don't really care about us anymore. Once in a while, just to keep up their front and all that, they might just tell us one or two nice things, and we get carried away, and we're thinking everything is good, and we're thinking, oh, the relationship is still going on well. But at the end of the day, they've actually achieved what they came for, which is to get our attention. All they need is that attention, and once they get the attention, that's it for them. Okay? They are so sure that for the vulnerable single mothers who are actually seeking love and attention, okay, they know that you're going to continue from where they stopped. And it's out there. So many women do it, and we're not here to I'm not here to judge anyone, but I'm saying it's something we need to reconsider, something we need to kind of control. And if, like I said, watch the men closely. And because some of them can't keep up with all these all these things for a long time. They can't keep telling you all these things you want to hear for a long time. They've actually got a time frame themselves to say, this is what I want to achieve. Okay, and most of the time, that's why you see that once they've gotten one woman, they move to the next woman, and you're thinking, what's going on here? For them, it's a game. But you've got a good heart. You're not looking for that sort of relationship. You really mean well. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's your responsibility, it's my responsibility to for us to protect ourselves. Okay, I've got to protect myself, and you've got to protect yourself, because you can't really stop people from doing what they want to do. All right. So at the end of the day, if you ask me to choose anytime, I would say is start a relationship if you have to, but make sure that physical intimacy isn't at the top. Okay, it's something that you shouldn't even think about, if you ask me, until you really know this person, and this is somebody that would be there for you no matter what. Okay, I know it's easy to say, than to actually apply to do. But at the end of the day, if we can actually remind ourselves why we want to be in a relationship in the first place, maybe that would be a sort of guidance for us. And it's as simple as reminding ourselves, listen, I'm here for the friendship. I'm here for a long time relationship. This is what I'm here for. And if I'm not going to be getting this, then I'm not ready to give more into this relationship. I'm not ready to actually give to the extent where if the relationship was no more, I'll be full of regrets. Now it's up to you. You know what you can give in a relationship that, if he walks away from you tomorrow, you won't feel any pain. It's entirely up to you. But I know what I would give in a relationship, and if he left me, I would be full of regrets. So I think we're all different, and we should apply principles that that would guide us, okay, that would protect us and protect our mental health. But at the end of the day, we still have so many women out there who are still hurt. No matter how strong they are, they say, oh, they don't care if he does this, I'm fine. But they're still in pain. Okay, and what we see is that they begin to cultivate, a kind of attitude, which is, okay, if this man is playing games, then I'm going to be playing games with the next man. And this is where we see that, and men are complaining now that the women are actually, when the women are dating them and dating someone else. And the women are saying, okay, that this is the way they can actually guide themselves from experiencing any sort of pain when a man hurts them. But what I'm trying to say today is this: there's another way around it. Instead of actually having two men, okay, have dating one and keeping one on the side, I'm saying there are ways you can actually go about it. You can stop yourself, okay, be disciplined and stop yourself from going further in certain situations, and get to know this man more, okay. And if at all there are certain things you would have to go with in that relationship, then it's your choice. And at the end of the day, if the man leaves you, then all that bitterness shouldn't even come into play in the first place, because you gave into it, okay. I'm saying these things because at the end of the day, it's not something we as a mature, maybe single mothers or even the younger single mothers, we think about. And there's always the tendency to always blame the men and all that. Oh, the men are bad, they do this and that. Yes, initiating games like that or coming to play with people's hearts is actually very bad. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's up to us to kind of protect ourselves, okay, from people like this, from people who do these things. And instead of giving in and having a man on the side, having two men, it's as simple as, okay, saying, okay, this is the man I'm going to know this man for as long as I can, okay, and let this man understand me and understand that these are my rules, all right, and I'm not going past this level with him. And if at all I'll be going past this level with him, then there might be some sort of, I don't know, a commitment or whatever. It's your choice. At the end of the day, it's about doing things the right way. It's about doing things that would uplift your spirit. It's about doing things that would uplift someone else's spirit, okay? It's about doing things that would protect your spirit from anything negative, and protect your family and your children from any harm or negative influence over your life and their lives. So at the end of the day, listen, in a relationship, going into a relationship, you need to be very, very cautious. The chase, remember, it's a chase for them. They come, they win, and sometimes, yeah, they win, but after winning, after you give in to them, what happens? That's where your power is, okay? You make a choice from that point. Okay, if you're going to say this is how the relationship would be like, then move that relationship the best way you can. If he's not happy with that situation, he leaves. Okay, he leaves. All right, if he's happy with that situation, he would stay. Okay, one way or the other, he would stay. Like I said, the second example I gave to you, when this guy were friends for a very long time. At the end of the day, he went and got into another relationship. Obviously, men can't wait on for you for that long. They've got to move on. They've got to move on to the next person who's going to listen to them, who's going to give them what they want. So at the end of the day, that's it. They're gone. Okay, and we're still friends. Funny enough, we're still cool friends, and we still chat and everything. But at the end of the day, that is being disciplined and stopping something that you know in your heart that wouldn't profit you at the end of the day. Okay, so single mothers, hey, listen, be cautious, and like I used to say, be very smart. You're beautiful and you're strong. This is all I have. I'll be shooting the part 2 soon. Okay, and that would be concerning the get out clause, what men do, the get out clause, and it's still under the chase. I'll just be sharing more about the tactics and the games they play, and just for us to protect ourselves. Listen, single mothers, this is all I have today. Remember, you're strong and you're beautiful. Remember to share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and remember that I love you loads. God bless. Bye.